Good day, Dr. Raimi. We are Group 12. The biomedical device we chose is pulse oximeter. Pulse oximeter is a compact, non-invasive medical device that measures blood oxygen saturation and pulse rate. It operates based on electromagnetic wave propagation and absorption. The LED of pulse oximeter emits two types of EM waves, which are red light wave at 660 nanometer and infrared light wave at 940 nanometer. The EM waves are directed through body parts like fingertip or earlobe. When the waves pass through human tissue, they interact with hemoglobin molecules in the blood, which absorb different amounts of light depending on their oxygen saturation level.
Pulse oximeters are widely used in hospital, home, and high-altitude environments. For example, during surgery or ICU, they use pulse oximeter to prevent hypoxia by giving real-time oxygen readings. In wearable device, they enable health tracking at home for people with sleep apnea or asthma. In aviation and mountain climbing, they help to detect oxygen saturation early. In each case, the device's ability to analyze light absorption to skin reflects the crucial use of the EMG principle in real-world biomedical context.
Okay, so guys, as you can see, the absorption coefficient from the material properties got the equation is the alpha equal to 2 by k over wavelength. So already list in where the k is the extinction coefficient and the wavelength in the vacuum. So Biot law is applied in this concept like directly related to the EMT equation, especially those that are formula from the Maxwell equation, with it, which is can be rigorously derived from the electromagnetic theory by considering the wave propagation in an absorbing medium.
Yes, the Beer-Lambert law is closely tied to electromagnetic field equation, which is Maxwell equation. In an isotropic medium, we use this equation, which is curl cross E is equal to negative J omega mu H, which is the E and H is the electric and magnetic field vector, and the omega is angular frequency, mu is magnetic permeability, and the epsilon is complex permittivity, which is include the absorption. For wave equation, this is Helmholtz equation. So the solution will become Ez is equal to E naught E to the power negative alpha Z E negative J beta Z, which is the alpha is attenuation constant, which is relates to energy loss per unit distance. So for the beta is the phase constant, Z is propagation direction. So the intensity is directly proportional to magnitude of E squared. So final equation will become Iz is equal to I naught E to the power negative 2 alpha Z, which is formally equivalent to the Beer-Lambert law. So in summary, the pulse oximeter is a direct work medical device that depends on the size of electromagnetic wave, which is fully described by this Maxwell equation.
Okay, so this is our demonstration structure with using Arduino board and a sensor that help to detect our heart rate and SpO2, which is the main focus for our assignment days. So when we plug in our voltage supply, and then we can see there's a red light out, which is the UR light, and then this focus on is when we are using our hand and put onto the sensor, the monitor will just detect our heart rate and the SpO2, and it will demonstrate on the monitor easily. Before we move on to the structure the demonstration part, this is our simple coding with using the max 30100 to our pulse oximeter sample, and then this is a simple coding like they got a beat before every time detect our heart rate, and we're using 115200 pulse. And this is the structure, the instruction that we're given after we plug in. They will show fail or success even we start our demonstration. Okay, so as you can see, when we put our finger onto the device, it will show the heart rate like 80, then 70, 60, how much every time it detect. The range is between the 50 to 70, so when it runs to 100 and 1, 2, 3, 200 more. That's all because of we are not stay in a theoretical temperature room, and then the temperature will affect, and the light that surrounding also will be affected our device to be not sensitive. So for in the real application, our hand need to be covered by a fully of the sensor, and then the SpO2 and the heart rate will be more accurate when we put our finger onto it. So this is a simple demonstration for our group, where we put your finger inside here, and then we connecting to here, and then the data will be monitored on our laptop.